sorry, but I am back. This video has taken me a lot longer than anticipated, unfortunately. I was trying to get a video because I've been asked a number of times to do it with my bead pickup. So there is some bead pickup in this video, but I've had so much trouble trying to actually do it that I'm just going to give up even trying. So this is it. Hopefully it'll show you how I do it. I'm not saying that the way that I do it is the right way, but I've tried to show it, and fingers crossed it's great. Do you know what I mean? Right, so already gone in and I prepped these nails, pushed back the cuticle, etched the nail plate, cleansed the nail plate, and dehydrated and primed, and then applied my forms, which are from CJP. The acrylic that I'm using today is not CJP, it's actually Glitterbels, and it's called Salmon Pink. It's one that I bought, I've never used it, we decided to use this colour, and yeah, it was really good to work with. So that is what I'm doing. I am making a full thumb of Salmon Pink from Glitterbels. I would like to add right now, before anyone starts on my nails, I had just finished soaking off my own nails when we decided to do this set and record it, so you'll have to excuse them. I did complete soaking them off after, and then I have now got a new set on, so they no longer look like this. It was literally for an hour. I soaked off a set and then started this set and then finished my own, okay? Because I know how y'all like to beat down on me sometimes, so I'm just letting you know that's why my nails look the way they do halfway through. Anyway, full Salmon Pink. So I've gone in and I have basically laid down the whole nail, so I'm just gonna have to show you in the next one. I'm just gonna go in there and top up the apex area, but I've just applied this acrylic exactly the same way as I always apply acrylic. It's generally around about 3 beads, and then I will wait for it to start to heat up a little bit and set, and then I will apply my pinching tool. This set is extremely long. There's a lot of 3D nail artwork in them. It is included in the video because that has also been requested, but in order to include the 3D nail artwork, I have had to exclude some other stuff. So like the filing isn't in there. What else wasn't in there? Oh, and the application of the gems as well was not in there. For anyone who's interested, I am using the Glitterbels size, freaking size is that brush? I think it's a size 12 Glitterbels brush, which I do absolutely adore. It's such a good one. It's just flicking my daughter's finger out of the way there because she's just getting up in my grill. I did take quite some time as well placing my glitter on these ones because they were glitter fades. I'm a bit finicky. I don't like gaps when I do a full nail of glitter, and I like it to fade out into thinner glitter when I'm doing a glitter fade. So I have chopped a tiny bit of one of the fingers. I haven't chopped one of the fingers off. I've just chopped a little bit out of it where I was just taking way too long, but you probably won't even notice it. But I was taking way too long just putting the glitter in there. So I've gone in there with CJP's Crystal Glass, and now I'm going in with my Salmon Pink again. So I dip my brush into the dish fully, and then I wipe one side, flip my brush over, and literally dip my brush in, drag for 3, and this is what you get. I'll place the bead down and pat it out, and then I will clean my brush off on my paper towel. So I'm going to go back in, I'm going to dip once into the monomer, wipe one side which is slightly off shot, see what I mean? It was so hard to do, and then drag for 3 on, oh no, I didn't drag for 3 because, see, absolutely useless at this. I dipped it in, I probably wiped that brush twice, dipped it into the clear and just picked up a tiny bit of clear on the end of my brush. The thing is with your brush, it's the angle mainly. It's not how much liquid you've got in your brush, it's the angle in which you use your brush. If you go in at like a 45-degree angle, you're going to pick up quite a big bead, and then you place that down, and if you keep your brush at like a 45-degree angle while you're patting down the cuticle area, etc., you're not going to flood the cuticle because your monomer stays in the belly of the brush. It's when you start laying it down on a I don't even know my degrees. So when you start laying your brush down flat onto your bead, then that's when you're going to release the liquid from the belly of your brush, and it's going to make your acrylic much wetter, and then that's when it starts running around. So if you see the angle that I've got my brush at there, it's because I'm just using the very tip of it. I don't need any extra monomer in there. I'm just pushing around that glitter with a tiny bead of acrylic and yeah, faffing basically. But it's just the angle in which you use your brush. So what I would do is probably pause the video, or even watch someone better like Liz Gill do it, or the Ninja Nail Fairy, or Kirsty Meakin. Like, you will be able to slow down their videos, see what angle they are using their brush at, and then you'll understand like the concept a little bit more. But basically, if you use it at a flatter, so if your bead started to dry out kind of thing, what you would do is lay your brush down flatter onto the bead, which would release more monomer, if that makes sense. So then that would sort of re-wet the bead, and then you'll be able to still move it a little bit more if it was drying. If it was a wet bead, I would use the tip of my brush, so that I'm not releasing any more monomer from the belly of my brush. You can also drain your brush as well. If it is excessively wet, I would drain the brush. Hope that made sense. No idea, but I mean, don't listen to me. Like I said, go and watch people like Kirsty Meakin, Liz Gill, Ninja Fairy, there's Charlotte Pilgrim, there's Kylie Wary, there's so many of them that are so good. They're proper pros. I don't see myself as a pro. I just do my nails and that's the end of it. But they can explain it better than I can, which is why I try not to call it a tutorial channel, because I'm shy at doing tutorials. Anyway, so I've just gone in with another bead of clear. That is because this is going to be a full glitter nail. So I placed it down at the free edge, and you can see I'm passing it out with the belly of my brush because I want the bead to be wetter. I want it to stay wetter for longer while I drag out that length. So that's why I was using the belly of my brush. I'm now going in at that 45-degree angle to place it at the cuticle, because I don't want any more liquid down there near the cuticle. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, that's about it. The reason that I couldn't do a better angle with the acrylic and the monomer is because basically I just don't have a big enough tripod. I keep saying I'm going to get one, but then again I keep saying I'm going to upload every week, so I won't believe anything that I say because they just tell lies. I don't really lie. I mean, but yeah, I'm not very good at keeping to schedules, etc. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not very good at it. So while I go in with a very minimal amounts of glitter and take an excessively long amount of time to do this one full glitter nail, because I mean, you know, it's probably not that necessary to be this like anal. I hate using the word anal, but it is probably not that necessary to be this anal about where your glitter lays. It's just me. It was late at night. I just wanted it to be in the right blooming place. It kept moving. It was annoying me. It took ages. Okay, so while that's taking ages, and I'm going to spend quite some time doing this, I'm going to say hi to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for listening to my absolute waffle that makes absolutely no sense at all, and being so very freaking patient with me that I can upload once every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, every week, whenever I can. I am a mother of 6 children. I have a double honours degree like that I'm doing at the moment, plus I am self-employed. So yeah, I have bit of a problem with time management, so you will have to excuse that, but I will try my very best. You're always there in my mind. I will try and upload as often as possible, but I'm just going to absolutely quit giving you a schedule because I am no good at staying to schedules. I cannot stick to a schedule. It's just impossible. Okay, I can multitask, but I cannot stick to schedules. So welcome and prepare yourself for a bumpy ride. But yeah, truly, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I really do appreciate the fact that you are all so patient with me and you're so loyal and you keep coming back. And yes, welcome and thank you to all of my subscribers that stick with me through thick and thin, because I know who you are. I actually totally recognize all of your names now, because most of you have been with me for so long, and you always comment on my videos, and literally I love you all. Now I've said that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to cap this nail. So I'm using again the belly of my brush to pull down that acrylic to the very tip. I always go back in again, because at the apex area you need just that little bit more to make sure that it's nice and smooth, or I do. I think it's just because I like to pick up smaller beads. No matter how big my brush is, I pick up small beads. So yeah, anyway, I am going on a bit today. Do you know what happens is I don't upload for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then I've got so much to say that I talk your ears off. I'm just going to shut up for a minute. Okay, that's enough shutting up now. So you've just seen that I've gone in and done a full salmon pink on the ring finger, and then I'm doing half and half, so I'm ombreing some glitter up this one. This glitter is called, it's from the Glitter Planet, and it's called I Am Royalty. that's what it's called, from the Glitter Planets. That's Lorna Andrews' website, and it is super blingy, super nice. Had it forever, love it. So I'm just going to cap that nail off. When I come back in a second, you will see that the filing has already been done, because like I said before, I cannot leave everything in my video. It just makes it way too long, and you will get bored. You're probably bored already, but you know, in case you're not bored already, I didn't want to bore you. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to top coat these, and I'm going to cure them 60 seconds, and then I'm going to come back in and you're going to see me do them flowers. I will tell you how I pick up my beads for the flowers. And just because I didn't leave it in, it's hard enough for me to get the angles doing the flowers on camera. So I didn't want to add in extra things like into my working space, like my acrylic and my monomer as well, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. But yeah, so basically I'm going to start off in the center with a full size flower, and then I'm going to work up and I'm going to work down to the bottom with smaller petals. So to pick up my acrylic for a flower, I use the CJP 3D brush. I think, I mean, don't hold me to this, but I'm pretty positive that it was the first 3D brush that CJP brought out. I know I've had it for quite a long time, like a very long time, well over like 2 years. With this 3D brush, I dip the brush into the monomer and I don't wipe at all. I only pick up my beads with a very tiny point of that brush. You can see how thin the point of that brush is. So when I want a bead very small, I dip the tip in for a millisecond and I'll watch the bead form. Once I think it's big enough, I take my brush out. If I wanted a bigger bead, I'd hold it in there longer. It would pick up a bigger bead. If I think that the bead is the wrong size for the rest of the flower, I'll wipe it away and I'll get another bead. And that's basically all there is to it. I will place the bead down and then I will wait for it to turn matte, and then I will press out the petal. Because if you try and press it out while the bead is wet, it will just squidge and it will be a flat petal. I did want these to be flatter, but I found that I ended up not doing that. So I waited the same amount of time, and they did have quite a lot of definition. I wanted them to be rounder and flatter, so this is not how I wanted them to look, because this is the way all of my other petals look. But it's obviously just the way that I do flowers. So I'm just going to continue to do this on the ring finger, and then I'm going to do the thumb. I will go away and I will put gems on them, and then I will leave you pictures and a video, a small video of the finished product. Hopefully you liked these. If you do, please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again very soon in my next video. Love you all. Bye.